Just a wrap up of the City Council meeting for the City of Grand Rapids for Monday, June 13, 2016. Just a quick update on the work session. There was a couple of items there that one came up at the council meeting, but it was thoroughly discussed, and it started back in May when we looked at the emergency operations plans, not only for the City of Grand Rapids, but countywide, as we look at how do we respond to emergencies in Itasca County. So we're very comfortable with the plan brought forward by Marlon Halverson from the Sheriff's Department and approved by our police chief, assistant chief, and reviewed by the council. So that is now adopted and in place for the City of Grand Rapids. We also talked a little bit with the Human Rights Commission on Indigenous Peoples Day, the second Monday of October. We will be having that in Grand Rapids once again. When we talk about Indigenous Peoples Day, it's not only going to be that Monday. It sounds as though this year it's going to be a week-long event of activities that's going to be certainly supported by and attended by members of the council, and hopefully well attended by members out into the community as well. So with that, on the consent agenda, we did adopt the emergency operations plan. We entered into an agreement for joint powers with the state of Minnesota, the Commission of Public Safety, the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, and our police department for some services there, joint power services. We did some hiring of some specific people in some of the areas. We applied and were authorized to apply for a grant towards zero deaths, in the police department. We've been doing that in the past, so we continue to do that under the police department's preview. On the regular agenda, not a whole lot happening this evening. We did have opportunity to hire a new position. Mary Corwin is retired in the PD, and we filled her position with Janelle Hekimovich, who will be starting June 28th, and we established the starting salary there. We adopted a revised citywide fee schedule to include license fees. We've had fee schedules in place before, but we did not have what the fees were for brew pubs and tap rooms and growlers, what that would be. So with this now, we have a fee schedule in place for that as well. We did change after many years. We'd had Springstead doing all of our work when it comes to bonding and bond requests going out, and certainly the whole time that I've been on the council, Springstead has been doing that for the City of Grand Rapids, but for the next 5 years, Ehlers Public Financial Services will be doing that. They'll be replacing Springstead for a 5-year period. We had great feedback and comment on their services out there, not only with the school district, but with a lot of other communities. All things considered, sometimes maybe it's not bad to change and have someone else come in. It gives you an opportunity for them to review some of the past practices and activities that had been done in the past for the City of Grand Rapids. We had a public hearing this evening to do some rezoning that was for Lila Pohl over on 3rd Southwest. 40-some years overdue. When we had sold the property to her, or when the property was sold before, it did not have clear title, and the house was actually on what was to be a street going through there, and it's on that peninsula on the reservoir of the Mississippi River and the bay down in there. So we corrected that. Lila's grandson, Ryan Sutherland, was in and talked about the need and the desire for the family to get that squared away in case they decide to sell it and stuff. So it may not be the end of the process, but we're hoping that this certainly cleans up a lot of the work that's needed so that if they decide to do something with that property, they can do it out into the future. With that, we will get together in 2 weeks on the 27th and hope everyone has a couple of nice weeks. Take care and good night.